I will say these details because God is detailed. The dreams are detailed. I am a person of detail. And so I will capture everything because it's all going somewhere. It had a saxophone and it was gold, and it was not like any saxophone I've ever seen before. And it started to play this modded saxophone. And as this thing was playing jazz, something happened to me. And this is why I'm being detailed in these prophecies. See, I'm not bringing out the detail just to shock and awe because I'm not interested in that. These details are to make people extremely cautious and to give people the kind of understanding that is necessary to protect them and their children. We are going into a time where the power of seduction will be more than the average man or woman can resist. I've spoken about seduction in recent videos, but if this is your first video, I'm more than happy to do it again. Seduction is not just about looking sexy in the black dress so that the man will be interested in you. That is actually blunt force seduction. It's simply using visuals and a little feminine wiles to perhaps get what you want or manipulate the situation or be very sexy with your broad chest and then have the women fainting as they used to do for Julio Iglesias. I'm not talking about that. Seduction is a very high spiritual power that Satan unleashes against human flesh. So in the world of the damned, which is where the reanimate and the vampires and the zombies and the werewolves and the fallen angels and the aliens live, in that world where they will never be forgiven, they don't use seduction on each other because they are all evil and fallen together. Seduction is reserved from those creatures to use on us who have no defense. So a lot of people will say, the creature with the huge eyes and the big head and the glowing ship came into my house, and then I found I could not move. And the more their huge black eyes stared into mine, I was paralyzed. I was terrified and I could not move. And they were telling me and my wife to do this and to go there. And we just walked like lemmings. This is seduction. I have seen definitely that aliens have powerful seduction. I have seen them paralyze an entire city. They were making a speech and the people were clapping like mindless drones. So whether they wanted to clap or not was not shown to me, but the fact that they were clapping hysterically was shown to me. And one creature was standing nearby and he had his hand out and 3 fingers extended over the entire crowd. And simply by the standing and those 3 fingers, it was almost like you would have a leader and then his aide, you know, the guy who says, so-and-so it's next. That guy. There was one standing by and he had 3 fingers extended. And by the power of the 3 fingers, the entire city, the mayor, all the people, everyone was clapping as the main alien was making a speech. And so seduction is the power to captivate the human heart, which if unguarded is totally open to satanic powers of all sorts. And even if you are a Christian, if you do not spend time praying for the protection of your heart through the, what is it called? The breastplate of God's righteousness. If you do not spend time in prayer, asking the Lord that the helmet of salvation should protect your mind, protect your eyes, protect what goes into your ears, then even if you are saved or say you're saved or think you're saved, you're completely open, to these different types of spiritual forces. There will be a lot of magic floating around in the end times. I am not speaking about this beginner starter witchcraft stuff that people are doing now. I'm talking about where the air will feel different to a spiritual person. The air will feel thick because that will be the action of spells, witchcraft, and magic at a level that we have never seen flying around. If you've wondered why all the world will wonder after the beast, why people will be so in love with Antichrist, it is because the seductive power coming out of that man is going to be like 30 planets joined together, hitting one small human body. The Holy Spirit is not preserving that one small human body, then whatever that man says is going to sound like liquid gold. And so this creature began to play its modified golden saxophone. And as that music entered the air, I saw the notes of it floating in the room, and it was drifting out over all of us. And when these notes went into my ear, everything that I feel about these creatures was gone. I was filled with so much love and sympathy for this crocodile, reptile, creature, dinosaur, beast thing.